get ready with me for Christmas Eve. I am so excited, but first you need to put on jewelry. Okay, jewelry is all on. Got the earrings, the necklace, some rings, and a charm bracelet. Okay, so today I'm not really doing anything, but I am going to my grandma's house. And I'm going to be opening gifts there. And yeah. As you can tell, I just got out the shower. That's when my hair's wet. I get to open my Apple headphones today because I bought them with her, but she's not telling me which gift they're in, which is like kind of annoying, but it is what it is. After I know my face, I'll give you guys a fit check. Okay, so basically guys, today I'm going to give you a story time, and it's about the scary night. So I have a room, and it's basically the front of the house, and it's a whole window and everything, so you can see everything. So one night I was watching TV right there, and I heard a couple of teenagers. I don't know if they were just messing around, but I heard teenagers on e-bikes. So I obviously go to look to see, cause obviously, but I go to look and see, and they're just standing outside my front door, the front of my house. And so obviously I'm freaked out. What? I thought they were gonna break into my house. And obviously they had backpacks, because that's what all the teenagers carry now. But they had backpacks, and I was really scared. Mind you, it's maybe 12, almost to 1, 12:30ish. And they're standing outside my window. And I look, and they see me, because obviously my TV's on, so it's gonna show some light. A little context, that's my window right there. And when I open it, it's everything. So obviously I'm freaking out. So I look, and they see me, and they just start running really fast, running down the street. So now I'm totally freaked out. Are they gonna tell their parents what's going on? But I didn't even do anything wrong. I'm just scared at this point. And then I hear something hit my window, and I'm what? And that's when I get super scared, because I'm not sure if they threw something, or I don't really know at this point. And then I hear a knock on the front door, and I'm I'm so scared. I don't know if it's their parents or something, but I was really scared. And then they walked away, and that was kind of the end of it. But I still waited outside, seeing if they were gonna come back. I was super scared. Luckily they didn't, but I didn't get much sleep that night, because I was just up the whole night seeing if they would come back to make sure they didn't. But I was that was not fun. Lip gloss. This was a long story time, but guys, come on. And I forgot to mention, I still see them to this day. I still see them outside my window at night. I don't know if it's a group thing, or I don't know. But yeah. So I don't really know if I should blow dry my hair or just let it free dry, because I do want to curl it. I just washed it, and I don't want to damage it. I don't really know. Alright, but that's it guys. Love you guys. Bye.
Scary story time while I make slime, clown edition. I don't know if y'all remember the freaking clown epidemic, when the clowns were on a rise terrorizing people. I don't know if y'all remember that. My experience with the clowns happened in 2016. Get your money's worth. Let it drain. I ain't forget. My light died, so we're doing a video like this. But yeah, I was in the 5th or 6th grade when this happened, and we were at recess, right? So I was playing pony in the field. Did I mention it's also 1 in the morning right now? Yeah. I'm playing pony in the field with my friend, right? I literally just remember talking to my friend, minding my business, and the next thing you freaking know, I look to my left side, and I see a freaking clown sitting on top of my school gate. I'm automatically thinking I'm tripping, because what you have to understand is clowns terrify the crap out of me, right? So I tap my friend. I'm you see that? And then she tapped me. She talking about you see that? So I got a clown on my left side, and I got a clown on my right side, and then I got a clown straight ahead. Next thing you freaking know, kids start screaming, and I was one of those kids. I didn't care. I was screaming for my life, bloody murder, right? So in total, it was literally like 6 clowns lined up against this gate, right? Now, the thing about my school was you had to climb a gate, then go into a dam, climb the dam, and then hop on that gate. So as a grown man, why are you that invested to like scare a bunch of kids, right? And I still have beef with whoever those clowns were. All the kids who were playing in the grass during recess, they just start booking it because there's literally clowns sitting on the gate. So they're booking it, right? And so the kids who are on the black pavement, they're looking at us screaming. So they start screaming because they see clowns behind us. And there was like 2 teachers watching us. And I noticed that the teachers were not getting the kids in the classroom fast enough. So you know what I did? I booked it to the girls' bathroom and locked the door. You're not getting the kids in the classroom fast enough for me. So how are you supposed to save me? So I just ran to the girls' bathroom, locked the door, and was just in one of the girls' stalls, scared out of my mind, okay? So that was my experience with the freaking clowns, y'all. I don't know if it happened on the freaking East Coast, but on the West Coast, we were being terrorized by them freaking clowns. One last thing. Who thought it was a good idea to bring clowns to a kid birthday party anyway? Whoever started that, we gotta nip you in the bud, bro.
So there was this time about 16 years ago where my dad and I were out of the country, okay? And we had gone, just because it was unfortunately around the time that my grandmother passed away. So she lived out of the country. So we had to go to the funeral as well as pack up her estate and handle all that business, okay? Now, mind you, in this town, like towards like the center of it, there's this big palace mansion looking place, but it was an abandoned nun convent. That's what we were told. Nobody lived there, and it was just, nuns used to be there. So I love architecture, and I was just like, wow, like, it's such a cool place. Like, I wonder what it looks like inside. So one night, don't do this. This is not good, nor was it, legal. But one night, my dad and I were walking home, and I hopped the fence, and my dad, he followed me. And we're looking around the grounds, and then my dad's like, oh my God, the door's open. I'm like, Dad, don't be playing around. He's like, no, I swear to God, look. And one of the side doors was open. So we go in, naturally. And then we're looking around, and that ground level floor, it was the kitchen, and it was like an industrial kitchen because it was really big. It was a big place, needed a big kitchen. Now, we looked around all down there, and there was one staircase that we saw, and it went straight up to the first floor. So we went up, and then we were like looking around. I called my mom, and we're like, oh my God, we got in. And like, we're like, we have our flashlight, and I'm taking pictures. Now, if anybody's ever been on like ghost tours, or if you're into anything like that, I don't anymore because I find it not nice or right to like go, mess with the dead. But again, this was like past me before I was saved, through many spiritual awakenings, okay? So through the pictures, a lot of orbs were showing up in the photos. Now, mind you, if you want to debunk this, it could have been dust. Yeah, it could have been dust, but there were orbs all over the place coming in through these pictures. So we're walking around, and then after that first floor, there was a staircase. We took a straight staircase up, and then on that first floor, there was platform staircases, the one that kind of go like, going up to other floors. So we start going up. We look around. There's lots of, there's crosses, there's confessional booths, there's altars. Again, nuns used to live there. We're going in all the rooms. And it looked like some people had been there before us because, there's like wine bottles and stuff on the floor, like empty and stuff. So we go up to the next floor. It's a big place. Now, we're in there now for like, 10, 15 minutes, but there's only so much to see. So we start, we're like, okay, we're going to go. We're going to get out of here. So we go all the way back down to the staircase. Now, here's the thing though. When we started going down, that one staircase that took us down, it brought us to the same floor that we just came down from. So again, we were trying to get to that first floor and going down that platform staircase, and we'd go down and end up on the same floor that we just were on. So it starts tripping us out, and we're like, that's so weird. This looks like where we just were. Okay, well, let's go back to the staircase. And then at one point, it's like the staircase, it's like it doesn't go down anymore. But I swear the whole layout started to change. And then my dad and I started getting confused, and we're like, oh my gosh, like, is there another staircase? Like, where's that straight staircase? So we start getting like lost in this place. And it starts to mess with us a bit. And my dad starts to like freak out. I'm trying to stay calm. And my dad's like, Johnny, I swear I'll break a fucking window. Like, we got to get out of here. And I'm like, Dad, calm down. And I'm really sensitive to the spiritual realm. So in my brain, I'm like, oh my God, the spirits are fucking with us. And like they're changing the layout of the whole building. And I'm like, Dad, no, we have to stay calm. That's, if anything weird's going on, that's what they want to do. They want to drive us like crazy. And then so we're like trying to keep calm. We're looking in all the rooms. We're trying to find a staircase to get back down to the kitchen. Okay, we cannot find that straight staircase that we came up from. So it's freaking us out. And again, there's a lot of doors. There's lots of places, okay? But we cannot find that straight staircase. Like, it's not that hard, okay, to find it. So we start freaking out. And then we're like, okay, well, maybe it was on a different floor. So then we go back up. And then we go up and we cannot find this freaking staircase. So now we're like lost in this mansion, okay? And it's like, now it's like 45 minutes and my dad's freaking out. I'm freaking out. We're trying to stay calm. I refuse to break anything. That's not what we came there for. And then we're looking everywhere. So then we go, I'm like, okay, well, let's just keep going up because there's nothing down, okay? So we keep going up, and then eventually I find there's this spiral staircase, okay? Now, it's the first time we've seen it. This is after like 45 minutes, okay? A spiral staircase appears, and then like I have a flashlight, and I look down, and I see the spiral staircase, and it's just like dust, and there's spider webs, and we're like, we definitely did not come up from a spiral staircase like that. I didn't see this. And then, but it's at this point, we have no other options. And I'm like, Dad, let's just go down there. Maybe, like, we got to go down, right? Because there's nothing up and we can't find that staircase. So my dad's like, oh, okay. So we go down the staircase. Thank goodness it didn't break. And then we go all the way down the spiral staircase. Thank be to God, we get into the kitchen. And we're like, oh my God. Like, we're at the kitchen. And then we just, like, we book it towards the door, back to the side door of where we came in from. And then we make it out. We hop the fence and we're walking home like this. Like, what just happened? Like, what the, And it was so scary. But I swear the layout was shifting on us. Like, we could not get out. It was like, it was weird. And I've seen, some movies that, things like that happen. And it's kind of like you go through, like, almost like a weird, dimensional portal kind of thing. Now, again, you guys may want to debunk this and be like, oh, it was dark. You don't know the place. And we looked everywhere, okay? Now, mind you, if I went during the day, maybe it would be a different thing. But again, we should not have been in there, and we went in there without permission. So if anything was in there, didn't want us to be there, and we were trespassing, okay? Again, I apologize. I have since confessed about all of this, okay? But the next day, we're hanging out with our family who's more local in the area, and we tell them that we went in there, and they're like, oh, no, like, that's forbidden. Like, what? Like, you guys shouldn't have gone in there. And they're like, one of our family members' boyfriend at the time, when he was younger, because the town's set up, it's kind of, there's a lot of hills and stuff. He used to live in a hill where you would look down at that convent. He said back in the day, they used to bury the nuns in the backyard. Like, I'd see them, and they were the kind of nuns that wore veils over their faces. They were like all dressed in black, and they used to travel underground. You'd never see them. So I don't know, too much about the history. Again, we shouldn't have gone in there. It was really scary, but they said it was haunted, and that's why nobody goes in there. Like, it's haunted. And again, everybody's freaked out because they used to bury the nuns in the backyard on the property. So that is my paranormal story. I don't think I've ever experienced something as paranormal as that. Again, I'm pretty sensitive, so I've grown to respect the spirit realm like so much, and I would like not do that ever again. Nor would I advise anybody to do that. And yeah, even like ghost tours and stuff, I've just learned to, it's not good, and it's all of that. So I've come a long way, but my point is, it was freaking scary. Be careful. Do not trespass, and definitely do not trespass in haunted fucking places, or where there are people resting, okay? Because that's why the nuns were resting there. We came in and, I don't know, shook shit up, but it was freaking scary. We remember it to this day. You can believe me or not. I could do another video where my dad tells his version of the story, and I swear it's going to be similar to mine. I won't even prep him. But be safe, be smart, don't do what we did. And please respect the dead. Okay?
Can we show them the older homestead?
Yeah, let's go. As you know.
No, it's not. Was that you? Yeah, that's on either side. They went to both. Yeah.
Guys, this girl, she downloaded a sleeping app. You know those apps that like track your movement when you're sleeping? Okay, she downloaded one and she caught something in the background that was not supposed to be there, and it's really creepy, and I want to tell you guys about it. So there's an actual like audio recording that I will show you guys, but I'm going to give you guys some context first. So back in 2013, a Reddit user posts saying, "I use an app called Sleep as Android to improve my sleep. One of the features is that it records your nighttime noises. Snoring, sleep talk, ruffles, coughing, whatever, all that stuff. I've been using the app since October 1st of 2013. I've never caught anything other than sounds created by me changing positions or coughing or something like that." She then says that she's told that she talks in her sleep by other people. But on December 30th at 2:04 a.m., she caught something very weird. To set up, this night I was sleeping in my bed. My 3-year-old was with me that night, and he's scared of the dark. That night, it was just the two of them in the house. There was nobody that was supposed to be there. It was just supposed to be them. After that night, she decided to go through her recordings, and this is what she found.
What are you doing?
Eventually, you can hear her say, "What are you doing?" And immediately after, there's a deep voice that says, "Nothing." The clicks become very loud at that point, and at the very end of the recording, you can hear the same voice say, "That's them." She says that she does not remember ever being awake or even answering anybody, and she thought that she was maybe answering her own sleep talk, but why is the voice so deep? And her 3-year-old cannot make, I don't think a 3-year-old can make that type of noise. Now, there was a lot of people that were arguing about what the voice really said at the end, so I will play the enhanced version of the clip right here.
What are you doing?
Now, a lot of people were saying that the male voice sounds like it's saying, "I'm Danny," or "I'm dead," or "that's them," but the Redditor believes that it was saying Jenny, which is her name. Let me know what you guys think it said. I think it said her name, but it's just really creepy. It's so creepy. Again, it was only supposed to be her and her toddler in the house. So why is there something there? Why is there something talking to her? Why does she not remember talking to it? Why is it why? Just why? It's so creepy. It's so creepy. I wonder if it was like a robber or like a psychopath that just likes watching people sleep or something. I don't know. I think it's probably something paranormal. It's creepy. I saw some comments that said that it might be maybe her TV, but why is her TV, if it's her TV, why is it responding to her? And why does she not remember? She also said that she doesn't know what the clicks in the audio clip could be. She says that she keeps a fan going for white noise at night, but usually her audio for the sleep app does not have clicks like that. She said after the incident, she beefed up her home security and changed her locks, and since then she had no more weird voice recordings. But there was one or two more instances of the clicking noise waking her up at night. She says, "During one of the times that it woke me up, I sat up and tried to hear where the sound was coming from, even though I was pretty scared. The sound seemed to be coming from the area of my fan, about 12 feet away from my bed. But the closer I got, it started to fade away. When I got to my fan, it wasn't coming from my fan at all, that I could tell, and it just stopped." That's not weird at all. totally not weird. It's not weird. She then says that she took someone's advice by walking around the house shortly after the final clicking and asked whatever it was to please leave the house alone, and that her and her son were scared. She said that she felt really crazy doing that, but nothing else happened after that. Like, whatever she told to leave her alone just stopped messing with her. One Redditor even tested the frequencies to try and debunk this entire thing, but he couldn't even debunk it. He concluded that the other person in this recording definitely isn't you talking to yourself, nor is it your son. Your voice pitch in the question, "What are you doing?" is around 265 Hz, C4 in musical notes, and the answerer's voice seems to be around 95 Hz. I don't know. What would I even do? What would you guys even do in that situation? Like, if you heard someone speaking in the background that just wasn't supposed to be there, what do you do? I think I'd burn the house down. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I would do. I'd burn the whole house down, move, never come back. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you guys have any theories or if something similar has happened to you, let me know. Let me know. Even if it's creepy, I want to know.
I have to tell you guys this story. So my friend Mary sent me a story about a house that she lived in that was so haunted, no one could live there for more than 6 months. So let's get into it. So this was around 1996, and Mary's mom sees an advertisement for a rental property, and she figures she'll let her daughter know because she's been looking for a house within her price range and a yard for her dog. So Mary makes an appointment to go and meet with the owners. When she meets with them, she's kind of shocked to learn that the owners actually live right next door with their parents. But she's super excited because she can actually afford this place. The owners actually inform her that the previous tenants lived there for 10 years. Mary was a little bit questionable about that because her mom said that she would see the rental property go up in advertisement every 6 months. She probably should have questioned it, but she didn't really think about it at the time. This was actually the perfect spot for her because her parents lived pretty close by. So her siblings would often stop by and just come and visit. Her brother even moved into one of the spare rooms for a little while, but he only lived there for a short period of time after he encountered the entity in that house. When she first moved in, she didn't really notice anything. The house seemed a little bit off, and her dog didn't really want to spend much time inside, but she just figured it was because her dog just was like enjoying the new yard that she had. So she probably should have read into this a little bit more because it feels as though the dog maybe knew some things that she didn't know at the time. So the initial experiences in the house were kind of easily explained away because a lot of it was just missing items. She'd come into the house, she'd place her keys, her wallet, her sunglasses on the entry table, and when she'd go back, they would be gone. But she would swear that she knew exactly where she put them. She would consistently make note of this on a pen and paper after she realized how often this was happening. Suddenly, she started finding her keys in the oddest places. She'd find them in the laundry room or in a random drawer. She even found them one time out in the trash between a stack of newspapers. Eventually, she got so frustrated and she realized that there must be something going on in this house. So she started yelling back at the ghosts. She would say, "Put my keys back." She'd leave the room and then come back, and the keys would be back on the table. So she knew for a fact it was something in this house. It only took about 1 to 2 months for her to start seeing the figure. She'd be laying in bed at night and she would see shadow figures walking around her hallway, back and forth and back and forth. Suddenly, her radio would turn on, and it would turn on to the station playing Spanish music, and she had known that she did not have it on that station beforehand. This was before streaming, so it was an actual dial that was kind of difficult to turn, so she knew that she did not accidentally turn it to that station or accidentally turn it on. Her friend once suggested that she should try and unplug it the next time it happens, but Mary got nervous because she was scared that if she did that, if it continued to play, she doesn't know how she'd handle that. There was often times that she'd be awakened by a breeze swirling around the room, and it would go right by her face. And sometimes it would be more gentle, sometimes it'd be a little bit more aggressive. Either way, it was an extremely startling way to be woken up in the middle of the night. One of the more bizarre happenings in this house involved a lamp in the living room. Mary hated coming home to a dark house, so before she would leave to go take her friend to work, she would always turn on a lamp in the living room. And every time she would return, that lamp would be turned off. So she thought it was a faulty light bulb, so she replaced it multiple times. And it would do the same thing every single time. Every time she'd come into the house, the light would be off. There was one time that she made sure she examined the light before she left. She made sure the bulb was screwed in correctly. She made sure that everything was plugged in correctly. When she got back, that lamp was off again. So she examined it again. The light bulb had been unscrewed. All of that is nothing compared to what Mary experienced this night. So this is the night that everything really escalated. There's a family that lived next door, and they had a bunch of teens, so they used to hang out pretty late. They would sit by the fire, drink, and talk pretty loud. Mary just kind of dealt with it because she didn't want to be that neighbor. But there was one night that she could hear them out there, hanging out, and suddenly she heard boom, 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 boom on her front door. So she ran to the front door, checked it, nobody is there. So she immediately is like, oh, it's those teenagers. I'm going to go over there. She goes over there yelling at them. How dare you guys come over to my house? You guys should not be knocking on people's door. This is not funny. Those kids were shocked because they had no idea what she meant because they did not go over there. They've been hanging out there the entire time. Obviously, Mary did not believe them because she was just trying to rationalize things. It wasn't until the other nights that she realized how wrong she was. These visits would occur nightly. She'd be awakened by a banging on her front door and her front windows, and every single time she went to check, there would be no one there, and she continued to see the shadow figure in the hall. So this entity would come at night, bang on her windows, bang on her door, and walk up and down her hallway. But suddenly, one night, she could hear the banging, and she could hear a woman yelling for someone named Lisa, and she could hear her saying, help me. So she ran to the door to go find out who was there, and there's no one there. She could hear her walking up and down the porch, and there was no one there. Mary's funny in this story because she says that her personal favorite experience happened one afternoon when she's sitting on the couch, and it's an L-shaped couch that's pressed up against the wall. She's sitting there, and suddenly she starts feeling like she's moving a little bit. And she's thinking like, oh, it's probably just my mind playing tricks on me. So she looks down at the floor, and her foot is pressed against it. But she's realizing she's feeling the ground moving underneath her foot. So she leans over, looks down, and she realizes the entire couch is moving forward. So she lifts up her foot, and the couch continued to move. I think she says like 6 to 8 inches. Her couch moved while she was sitting on it. That was enough for her. This was about 6 months into her living there. She had to move out. Mary considers herself a survivor of that house. Ever since she lived there, she now just has the feeling when a place is haunted and that she can start to pick up on that energy. After Mary moved out of that house, she would see for a while that rental advertisement go up every 6 months because people were moving in and out of that house. And eventually it seemed as though the owners just sold it to somebody with out-of-state plates. So she does not know exactly what happened or what is happening currently in that house. So that's Mary's story, guys. I also said in this story that her brother experienced something in this house. I'm going to have to go ahead and make a part 2 because I'm already at 7 minutes. So I'll make a part 2 of that. Leave it in the comments below if you actually do want to hear that. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.
What the fuck was that? Bro!
What's going on around you?
I don't know. I'm frozen. I am frozen.
Did the window
Sean.
break?
This is gonna be like kind of creepy story time, so if you don't like story times, keep scrolling. Days ago, right? I walked my kids to the bus in the morning, and in between the bus and my house, there's a little store. Now, this is the corner store, you know, y'all know, okay? It is not strangers to homeless, crackheads. It's just, it is what it is, right? Pass by, never an issue. So I'm at the corner, I'm about to cross, because I already dropped off my kids. I'm coming this way. And I hear a man saying, hey, come here, like very, very aggressive. And I'm obviously aware of my surroundings, it's just me and my baby. And I look and I'm just like, okay, because I didn't put two and two together, but I thought I did. And I seen him with like a dirty sweater and a work vest. So I'm like, oh, he must be working on that store. He definitely ain't talking to me. So I keep going. I cross the street, I get on the other side. And I'm obviously can see him from this side. I'm on this side. And he's just yelling, hey, come here, come here, come here, come here. And he's proceeding to walk towards me. And I'm like, oh, hell nah, bitch. We're not doing this. Okay, shit's about to go down, sir. And I can literally hear the other man that's with him in the corner. So at this point, I know, okay, they're homeless people, right? And the other guy's like, don't do it, leave her, don't do it, leave her, don't do it. And I'm like, bitch, please don't. Because, please don't. Mind you, it's literally a corner, so I can see down the street where my house is at, and I can see across the street where this man is proceeding to almost walk into oncoming traffic to try to get me to go over there, right? And I had my baby with me at the time. Like, anyway, I'm like, oh, hell no. If I turn this corner, my back will be towards him. Whatever is going to happen would be behind me, right? Like, thinking logically. And I swear to you, this man or woman, because the features were very feminine, but dressed like a man, but also shaved head. So I can't say if he was a man or a woman. Popped out of nowhere. Okay. And I'm very vigilant. Like and honestly, even if I wasn't vigilant, like I said, it's a clear shot this way and a clear shot this way. So I would have seen this person walk out of my house, the street, walk through the street, popped out of fucking nowhere. Okay. Looked at me, walked right in front of me, glided basically right in front of me. Like, I feel like it was in slow motion. Stood right there, and this whole time this man is proceeding to walk towards me and say, hey, come here. And I don't know if he's just losing his shit or what. This other person just stands there, and the look, all of a sudden the man got quiet. He stood there, he turned around, and he walked away. And I was just like, what the fuck? So I proceed to walk down that street, right? So I turn down that street, and obviously I'm looking back because I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I look back, and this person, who I don't know if it was a man or a woman, is gone. I can see, from where I'm standing, I can see the block that I'm on, the man that's over there that was being a fucking creep, and the person that had just walked in front, gone, disappeared. Because I'm at the corner, mind you. I know it's repeating, but I'm at the corner. So I can see this way, I can see this way, I can see this way, I can see all around. There's no way that person just disappeared into thin air. So I was like, oh shit. So I go and I walk like the 5 feet to my house or whatever. And I'm just like, oh shit. What the fuck just happened? So I'm like, I don't know, bitch. But I think, I'm telling you right now, my spirit guides, they got my back, bitch. And let me just tell you, if my spirit guide will send a figment of a person to protect me against a creepy weirdo at like 8 o'clock in the morning. If you think that they won't come after you, think again, bitch. So anyway, I just thought that was kind of creepy, but also kind of awesome. Because God knows what could happen. I was alone. Like, literally, that corner is usually pretty packed, pretty busy. That day, there was nobody around. The guy in the corner that makes the tacos, he wasn't even there that morning. I don't know. So whatever, and then whatever would have happened, God forbid, something would have happened. Nobody would have found anything until probably like later, and somebody decided to like drive down that road. But yeah, I'm divinely protected, bitch.